Twisters is directed by Lee Isaac Chung and is a standalone sequel to 1996's Twister, a cinematic force that swept approximately $500 million from the global box office. This re-envisioning hopes to capture the same magic and centers around Kate Cooper, portrayed by Daisy Edgar-Jones, an intellectually incandescent and dazzlingly diligent scientist sprung from the verdant pastures of Oklahoma. She is a character who is captivated by the destructive beauty of tornadoes and fixated on the near Herculean task of mastering their primal power. That is, of course, until she experiences one of her cherished twisters hoover up several of her dearest loved ones, plunging her into a state of emotional disarray. The opening scene is both visually stunning and emotionally gut-wrenching, depicting a misjudged tornado chase orchestrated by Kate and sets the premise for a thrilling cinematic experience. Cut to a few years later, a reunion is orchestrated between Kate and her erstwhile colleague Javi, played by Anthony Ramos. By now, Kate has metamorphosed into a storm-weary scientist residing in New York City, while Javi has embraced his entrepreneurial spirit, though somewhat dubiously, by working for a morally ambiguous real estate enterprise. Kate, who has been living in self-imposed exile, is persuaded back into the tempestuous fray by Javi, and upon the realization that twisters have begun arriving with unsettling regularity. As she embarks on her new project, she encounters the irrepressibly arrogant Tyler Owens, played by Glen Powell, a swaggering storm chaser whose merry band of YouTube famous tornado wranglers are as ragtag as they come. The inevitable clashes between Kate's team and Tyler's crew are as delightful as they are predictable, with their petty rivalries culminating in moments of pure cinematic frivolity. But let's pause to reflect on Glen Powell, shall we? Much has been said about the man, some of it perhaps even true. Is he a walking, talking incarnation of a capybara with a dashing grin? Quite possibly. But regardless of what his critics may claim, one cannot deny that he has an uncanny ability to steal the spotlight in any film, and Twisters is no exception. As the narrative unfolds, the tension between Tyler and Kate provides ample amusement as they squabble like school children in a windstorm, even as they face the far more literal storms on the horizon. They engage in the obligatory repartee of snarky barbs, slowly but surely succumbing to the gravitational pull of each other's irresistible charms and complementary skill sets, while nature unleashes an onslaught of tornadoes in rapid succession, dishing a veritable feast of visual effects. Admittedly, the film stumbles on occasion. While initially awe-inspiring, the stormy sequences eventually lapse into the realm of diminishing returns. For truly, there are only so many times one can witness chase after chase before it starts to feel rather like beating a dead horse.
Give them AIDS! There he is, beating that dead horse! Get it!
Kate's profound grief, despite being the driving force behind her character arc, is given woefully little attention in the script. One would think experiencing firsthand the loss of her nearest and dearest to a rampaging tornado would have left her more than a little out of sorts. A traumatic event of such magnitude might reasonably keep one on the couch, pouring one's heart out to a therapist for years to come. Yet Kate's grief is treated with the same casualness one might reserve for losing a particularly fancy hat to the wind. A few moments attempt to rectify this, but they barely scratch the surface of what could have been a deeper exploration of her inner turmoil. And let us not overlook Kate's rather fantastical talent for divining the presence of imminent weather systems with the accuracy of a sentient barometer. This quasi-mystical ability to perceive approaching tornadoes stretches the bounds of credibility and reminds me of Chris Rock's description of the South African tracker.
A tracker is amazing because you're just driving around and the tracker goes, stop, 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 stop. And he leans down and puts his finger in some piss. He's like, 15 miles to the right should be zebra.
In the end, Twisters may not dazzle with scientific rigor, but it compensates with tight pacing, dynamic writing, and a mercifully brisk runtime. Kate's air of graceful reticence complements Tyler's effortless charisma, injecting the film with energy and complementing its explosive special effects. While it may not completely sweep you off your feet, Twisters is undeniably a thrilling ride, offering more than enough meteorological mayhem to justify the price of admission.